Cancer, welcome to your next 3-month overview. That is January, February, March. I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous. And it has been about 3 months since I did the last 3 months check-in. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and take a more detailed look at late winter to early spring, as indicated by 1. The Magician, January. 2. The High Priestess, February. 3. The Empress, March. And then also Judgment, any critical decisions that might need to be made over the next several months or even upwards over the year, as I've been seeing for several folks. And then the Tower, anything that's unexpected that we should know about. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at January. January for Cancer, please. What's going on for Cancer in January? Show me Cancer in January, please. Show me Cancer in January. We just started using a new camera, new microphone, so hopefully the lighting is softer and the voice is smoother. Do let me know. But yes, it was nice. I had to learn the hard way that the microphone needing replacement. Last week was a little difficult, but hopefully we are back on track and that everything is looking good and sounding good. Show me Cancer, please, in January. Show me Cancer, please. In January. Show me Cancer in January, please. Show me Cancer in January. Show me Cancer in January, please. King of Swords. You got your hard hat on, huh? 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. Oh. Okay. In January, you have a kind of energy here, King of Swords, that says, I'm determined to hold on to a 6 of Cups. Possibly a soul bond or possibly someone you've known a very long time. Why you're holding on to them, I don't know, but you seem to have very strong reasons for it, as the King of Swords and Queen of Swords tend to be very analytical. They tend to be very critical. They can even be harsh. But you're telling me you have good reason to hold on to this. I don't know what it is. I don't know what shape it is yet. And I don't know why, but you're telling me I insist on holding on to this 6 of Cups, Christina. You've shared many memories with this person. They're terribly fond to you. They evoke a certain level of emotional memory tied to this person that is unique between you and them. And then even if it's not a soul bond, it's someone that we've known outright for many, many years. And someone whom we've shared many a cup in memory with. Okay, that's what that 6 of Cups is. It's memories between two people that are built up over time. That's unique between you and them. Can I get more in this situation? But you're like, King of Swords. King of Swords, baby. I'm holding on to that, and I know it. And you're consciously aware of it. It's like, I'm holding on to that. I'm not letting it go. Okay. What else, please? Can I see any more to the situation in January? Anything else, please? Anything else, please, about this situation, this connection? And it could be the other way around. Someone's determined to hold on to you as well. Could be. And if it's a soul bond, then there's a good chance you're both doing it. Absolutely. So if it is a soul bond connection, then you're likely holding on to each other to some way. Even if there's not much surface 3D energy to justify it. Okay. We can still spiritually and emotionally and mentally hold on to someone. What else, please? Page of Swords, 9 of Swords, 7 of Cups. There is this kind of energy that's in you that says they could still be an option in love. And that's a painful thing. It's a 9 of Swords thing. It's painful. You try not to look at it too much with the Page of Swords. It makes you uncomfortable. It makes you uncomfortable. It makes you uncomfortable to know that this person exists and that they might be an option in love for you one day. Just today's not that day. But your energy is telling me it causes you pain, 9 of Swords, to think about this person, so you try not to. Page of Swords, you try to keep it minimal. But the biggest pain in your heart comes from knowing that they exist, that they're in the world, and they might mean something to you someday. You know. They could be an option of love for you one day, just not today. Okay? And that's carrying over with you into January, and I don't know why. And I don't know why that's on your mind so heavily, and it's in your heart specifically so heavily. But your King of Swords suggests that you know what you're doing. You're telling me you know what you're doing by holding on to this. And there is pain attached to this person, very much so. But it's like knowing that they exist and that you can feel that they exist in this world. Okay. It hurts, but it's kind of like it's a hurt you're telling me you're willing to have. You're telling me it's a hurt that you are assuming that you can take. It's a responsibility you're assuming to take to keep this person's energy with you. Because the idea is that they're still important to me. I still feel them. I still kind of cherish our memories and our feelings. And I actively choose to hold on to this. You're not telling me you're unconscious about it. You're choosing to. And it hurts you. It hurts you, but it comes in the form of a potential emotional expanse. Okay? In other words, that person could still mean something to me one day, and that's why I won't let it go. I don't know why it's coming across so heavily in January for you. Is there something more to it than that? Why? Why do we feel the strain of that? Why do we feel that so heavily in January? Why is that provoking such a strong response in you? Is there something special about January? Why? That's me. That's how my mind works. I always wonder, why? Why? I need to see motivation. You're telling me that you're mentally tough enough to do this. And I believe you. And you would have to be mentally tough to do this because it causes you pain. 9 of Swords. The conflict of knowing this person exists, but they're not yours. But you understood potentially maybe one day they can be. And it's going to take someone of a strong mind to hold someone onto someone's energy like that. Okay, with the idea of maybe one day there could be rejoicing once more. Connecting and balancing once more. We want to, that's why, because you're thinking about it. Okay? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You see, you just activated my mommy. You just activated my mommy. So yes, I am a parent and I'm highly maternal. I'm highly maternal. I tend to be very protective. Okay, so being a Scorpio mom, that's what I'm saying. When I say I'm protective of my collectives, that's no joke. If I could just do all this to you, you have a good day, honey, and I pack your lunch, I'd do it for you. I'd do it for every single one of you. That's the mommy in me. And I'm protective of all of you. And I honor everyone's feelings in as much as I am able. And when I see the real shit, I'm going to tell you. When I see the good stuff, I'm going to tell you. When I see the hard stuff, I'm going to tell you. Because that's also my job as someone who values putting forward as much as I can to help others. Okay. I'm feeling very protective of you right now. And I just want you to know it's going to be okay. You have what looks like in January the anticipation to try to balance with this person again in January. That's why you're thinking about it so much. Okay. And it's simple, it's straightforward, I can see it. Some folks have had some very similar combinations in terms of that Knight of Swords. I'm going to take action, and what comes of it is what comes of it. I don't know, but I want to try, is what your energy is telling me. I would like to reconnect with this person. I'd like to balance. I'd like to make things right, and I would like them to make things right with me. So, and the reason I say that is because justice is about fairness and reciprocity. And the Knight of Swords, he's not the most emotional knight. He's not. He tends to take action first with as much communication and or information he has. So it's coming forward as a technicality. I have something to say, I have something to talk about, and I need to take care of it. But it comes across in the interest of connecting and or reuniting with this person with the interest and respect of weighing the scales. Okay. And sharing and exchanging and trying to make some good out of it. But again, it's kind of like I'm putting my energy out there. I don't know what the result's going to be, but it's with me, it's in my mind, and I'm going to act on it. I'm holding on to this person's energy for a reason, and I know that. And it hurts me. It does hurt me, but I got a strong mind. I can handle it. I can do it. It's the idea is that I know that this person could mean love to me in time. There could be an option of love for me in the future. And that's one of the things that pains you, that causes pain in your heart, is you know that they exist. And it's a cup that you feel that maybe you could acquire one day, or it meant something to you a long time ago and you just don't want to part ways with it, even if you can't have it in future. The point is that you still want to try to connect with them. And it might be a come what may, I don't give a shit, I gotta try. You know, and I was telling that to somebody else, I cannot recall who, please, forgive me, I cannot remember who it was. But it's kind of like, you know, I'm going to give it a shot. And if they respond, great. We have a chance to work things out or level things up. And if they don't, I gave it a good shot. And it's out of respect for that soul bond. It's out of respect for the memories shared. And there is a very strong indication here of things that need to be reciprocated, balanced, and or expressed, learned from each other. But it's under the definition of reconciliation, okay, and celebration, and seeing each other in a way that's personal, but also you and I need to exchange some stuff. Okay, there's some things we need to talk about. There's something here that we need to clear up. And I see why. It's very simple. It's very honest, and that explains why you put your hard hat on when it comes to this person. I told you it's not ignorant. A lot of people hold on just out of holding pattern. They're just used to it. People hold on to things all the time. Four of Pentacles or Four of Cups. It's a holding pattern, be it emotional or in the real world. We refuse to let things go sometimes, and we often aren't aware that we're doing it. This person, the Cancer I'm looking at, says, I'm very aware I'm doing this. And it hurts me to think about it. It hurts me mentally to think about it. It hurts me psychologically. Because I have something here with this person. And they're feeling strongly tied to it. And I don't always express it. And I don't always say it with the King of Swords. But I feel it. I feel it. I do. And it pains you. It pains you to kind of know that there's a cup in the world that you can't access. Or it stresses you out knowing that you can't reach for the cup the way that you want, but there is something here that you want to say, and there is something here that you want to do, and that's strongly reconnecting and balancing with this person, make things right, justified, say what I need to say. But it's like if they join me, great, awesome, cool. I can say I did my part out of respect for this. And if they don't, I can't be faulted for not trying. So who puts forward the invitation? I am saying it is you. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not saying anything about faults or responsibility. The only reason I'm saying it's you is because the King of Swords, his personal knight, is the Knight of Swords. You're the one who's showing me the Page of Swords. You're the one who's showing me the Nine of Swords. Thus, the Knight of Swords, it's falling on your action. It looks like this is why, in summary, why it's so heavily on your mind in January. Specifically, I see your energy going outwards to contact them in the interest of sharing, and it's done so in way in peaceful terms, okay? White flag, but this is important to me. This is the white flag. I'm waving the white flag, okay? I mean, well, here's the here's the white flag. I'm waving the white flag, and if you want to join me in that space in the interest of balancing up in fairness and trying to correct things, cool. Like I said, you're like, that would be great. But if not, okay, fine. Okay, fine. So when you do this in January, I don't know. But you will. But you will. Okay? It's important to you, that's all I know. And for that reason, I would encourage you to do it. If you really think this person would shoot you down, honestly, Cancer, honestly, if you honestly felt this person would shoot you down, I would be seeing a Three of Swords and a Five of Cups, etc. Blockage. Seven of Wands, Nine of Wands. I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to. So that tells me you feel, or mentally at least, you're intelligent. I think you know this person well enough to know that they are more inclined to yes than no. Otherwise, you wouldn't be showing me such heavy contemplation and your reasoning for holding on. That tells me you know this person well enough that you know how they'll respond. I don't know what went down. Okay. Communication seems to be the imperative point. You expressing your desire to connect and at least give it the fair shot out of respect for the Six of Cups. Okay? It tells me you know how you can access this person even if there was blockage or a walk away or something like that. Okay? But you would know best. You would know best. Okay, show me February, please. Let's see what's going on in February, please, for Cancer. Show me February, please. Show me February, please. Show me February, please. Show me February, please. Show me February. The Lovers. Ten of Wands. The Hierophant. Okay. 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 Did you just hit me with enough energy right now? Did you? I was about, oh, you two kissed and made up. Not just yet. Not just yet. Not just yet. Which is not just yet. Pump the brakes. Okay. You just threw so much energy at me. I was like, oh, look, they made up. And maybe you did. Maybe you did. Yeah, I see it here. The Lovers with the Six of Cups. So I'm leaning now more towards actual soul bond energy as opposed to someone we've just known a long time. So this is some soul bond stuff. Again, if it really wasn't meant for you, regardless of circumstances, once it was let go, it could have stayed that way. And I was explaining to someone else in detail the other day that with the soul bond stuff, when we have unresolved issues with that person who we have such a strong connectivity with, we eventually repel and we're going to attract back. And that's because we need to work out our shit. Okay? We need to work out our shit. You seem to know this. Okay. And it's looking like you two are trying, because they're still very much in your energetic field come February. All right? Gemini, Taurus does not have to be. This could be you. You could have those very strong aspects in your chart. Could be your person. I don't think so. I'm looking at the bond. However, for some of you, I have to insist, I'm seeing a dual here, a duality. There is strain, Ten of Wands, between a very strong connection and what we might be tied to. What that is, what it looks like, what shape it takes, I could not say. Somebody here feels the strain of obligations trying to be met to what they are committed to and what they feel strongly tied to. There is some real world contractual obligations here, as well as ones that are deeply spiritually bound to this person. And we feel the strain between the two. Your energy is looking like it's sharply divided in between what you know to exist and what you feel to exist. And you feel the pull in both directions. How are we trying to work through this? That's the thing. We have something here where we have somebody is showing me commitment energy. Somebody showing me commitment energy that is strained and burdened, but it's contractual. And then we also have that sense of obligation towards someone whom we are very spiritually bonded to, very emotionally bonded to, mentally bonded to as well. It's literally like the burden between the energy drags on both sides. Okay, like this. Okay. Can I see more in this, please? Can I see more in this, please? The situation. Show me more on February. Can you show me more, please, on February? Can you show me more about this in February, please? Two of Wands, Five of Cups, the Moon. There's some things here we're just not able to come to terms with yet. There's a lot of pain under your moon, okay? A lot of pain that you kind of keep away under the moon. We don't like looking at it. We don't like looking at the conflict. We don't like looking at the pain. I really am going to challenge you to look into that, Okay. It's literally under the conflict that divides you of somebody. I'm not quite sure how many people are in here, but it could be upwards to 3. 2 I see, 1 I sense. Okay? Real talk. Yeah. Real terror, real life, real talk. 2 I can see, 1 I sense. Alright? That's who I'm talking to today. And I was explaining to someone else that lovers' union can be extremely confrontational. How can it feel so right and provoke everything that's wrong at the same time? Exactly. It's our challenge. To really step into who we are, what we want, why. And that means looking at a mirror. I'm seeing 2 sides of you. It's almost like looking in a mirror. The side that you feel obligated to, and the side that you wish to see yourself on. But you feel you cannot. It's one of the things that literally divides you from your happiness. The person who is your lover reflects it back to you. I believe. I don't see heavy 3D connectivity. I don't. I see that you try to patch things up with them, I believe. And that is real world. And I believe they respond. I do. If they wanted to turn you away, I told you I would have seen the rejection cards or the blockage. That means you know how you might have an insider and how to talk to them. Okay? But the division remains. The division remains. Because the division is not outside of you. I know you think it is. It isn't. The division comes from within. I know that I'm looking at a Cancer where you feel 2 sides are outside of you. They're external, and that you feel helpless to both. It comes from within. All things begin from the self. If you are divided from you, you're going to be divided by that which surrounds you too. You are divided from you in that respect that you keep your 5 of Cups under the moon. Pain, loss, regret. Now I'll give you credit. 2 of Wands, you're looking at it, you're trying to look at it. You are. If you wanted to just give me a bunch of wiffle-waffle, wishy-washy bullshit, you would have shown me 2 of Swords and 2 of Pentacles. But you are, to your credit, trying to look at that division in you. Why do I have pain that I keep inside me? Sadness, disappointment, specifically lost opportunity. And lost opportunity, what does that look like? If I continue to stay, is the other person a lost opportunity? If I go, is the other person a lost opportunity? And what does that look like? What does that responsibility look like? It's like no matter what I do, no matter where I look, I'm going to lose. No. You only lose if you allow yourself to remain divided. That means you have to know what you want. What do you want? The only way we really lose in life is when we act like we have no choice. That is the biggest loss of all. Because we continue to do nothing while our hands are like this. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. So I stay right here. That's how we lose. Because we lose time. We lose ourselves. We lose our feelings. We lose our ability to choose the more we delay. And time inevitably will choose for you. Time will always choose for us in the end. We all must die. That's the ultimate loss of choice. Life is short, and it's not said enough. What you will do, I do not know. But in February, I see you critically examining your feelings. That feeling of loss. Why? Where does it come from? How am I contributing to it? How am I trying to ignore it? Why does that tension reside in me? Where does it come from? What did I commit myself to? Why? What was the origins of it? What motivated me towards that? This person, what does that look like? Why do I feel a sense of loss in them? Are they really a loss? You seem to think so. I told you from the opening. It hurts you to know that this cup exists in the world and that you can't claim it, at least not today. I know who they represent to you. What you mourn is what they may not represent to you in the long term if you don't choose it. The Lovers is a choice. It must always be. To choose it is to accept consequences. That means sacrifices. That means really looking at ourselves. Am I worth changing for that connection? Or do I stay in what I said I would stay in, even if it hurts me? I could lose that too. Yeah, you would. But is that a loss you're willing to take? I don't know, that's something you need to figure out and work through. This will not be done overnight. But I can tell you it's very consistent with the Piscean energy. One of these people might be Pisces, for that matter. In which case you might want to check theirs out. I just did theirs. Theirs was difficult as well. But it had a very strong, abrupt ending tied to it. And then for some of you, yes, the Piscean overlaps with February, so that's late February to late March. So there's some critical energy in there that you're kicking around. It's looking like we still have this person in our energetic field. Well, we continue to contribute to something that is committed, but it doesn't feel stable. Okay? It's strenuous. Okay. The Empress, please show me March. Let's see if we can get some... Yeah, some very strong masculine energy in you, I believe. It doesn't matter if you're a woman, you can still have masculine energy. Guess what yours truly has been accused of? No, that sex is irrelevant. It feels like I have some very masculine energy here. I want to take charge. I'm determined. But I have pain in me I can't show, and it's very masculine. Yeah, it's my old joke. I'm a masculine in the street and I'm a feminine at home, honey. It's very protective. I'm very maternal. It's like, don't fuck with my home space. Invitations to my house are limited. But when I'm on the streets, I'm all business. Hard hat on. I have a very strong division of masculine and feminine energies. It's literally in my birth chart, too. I think it was something like, it's really close, I want to say. If you want to get yours done, you can do a very in-depth birth chart and you can actually see the division of your masculine and feminine energies. It's wild, man. But you're going to need a detailed one, and you'll need your full birth certificate, the kind with the actual time on it. And you plug it into one of those birth charts, you can see it. It's crazy stuff, man. I think mine was like 55-45. That's how close it was. The Empress, show me March, please. Show me March. Show me March, please, for Cancer. Show me March, please, for Cancer. But anyway, I'm sorry, I don't know if I finished my thought, that the Lovers can really provoke that sense of the questions of ourselves, and bring up issues of faithfulness and responsibility and duty, because it's a connection we have no control over. It's automatic. Your souls were meant to meet at some point, okay? They mark a certain chapter in your life that suggests destiny, very strong lessons learned, challenges in our life, who we are meant to aspire to the best of ourselves by seeing the most provoking in ourselves too. So when I say this person mirrors back to you in that way, That is why you're both attracted to them and repelled by them simultaneously. Okay? And it's a scary feeling. You can see the best of someone, but you can also see the worst because it's a reflection of what you see in you. And that's why we can really attract and then push away. I don't call it twin flames. That's a bunch of nonsense in my opinion. You could technically say it's the same thing. Fine. I don't care. It's really just an excuse to play out the runner-chaser dynamic to death. This is more of a union that was recognized since, or there really, I guess you could say, since birth. You were supposed to meet. You're supposed to be in each other's paths. Okay. This isn't the person we just met last week. This is not the person that we broke up with 10 years ago and we're still hoping they'll come back around. No, this is someone who crosses your path at various points in your life. The Empress and the Emperor, Five of Swords, and Page of Cups. Somebody here is telling themselves, it's not good. Five of Swords, we're going to talk ourselves out of it. That the feelings aren't there, that the feelings aren't legit. It is a form of self-sabotage. Someone is thinking and or feeling in that way. I'm going to stand in my power and insist I have no feeling for this. This is a form of self-sabotage. In what direction it's going, I don't know. We don't really believe it, but we feel we have to do it. It's a kind of a control thing. Can I push past that, please, and see more? Can I push past that, please, and see more? Can I push past this, please, and see more? Can I push past this, please, and see more? The Magician, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, because it's a lie. We want this person. We're insisting we have very little feeling for it. In fact, the opposite is true. The more we have to tell ourselves something isn't true, it's usually the opposite. It's not so bad that I'm seeing the devil, so that's good. But it's enough to make me raise an eyebrow. I have an emperor insisting he doesn't want his empress. He doesn't want his divine mate. It's a lie. The emperor always wants his empress. The empress always wants their emperor. They're such strong-willed people, and they're so disciplined. They're so well-to-do. They're so productive. They're so magnificent. They don't necessarily need each other. They choose to. One can exist on their own, but they're always going to feel like they're missing their other half, their real, true, divine mate. This emperor, more of that masculine energy, is insisting I don't have feelings for this situation. When in fact, the Magician, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, we've been manifesting this person a long time. We've been wanting our mate for a long time. We've been wanting our divine counterpart for a long time. Your magician efforts, your manifestation efforts run contrary to the energy you're displaying. What you want and what you tell yourself are two different things. More of that separation of the self. This is energy contradiction. And it's kind of on a large scale. You want this person. You continue to pull them in. You have so for a long time. That's why they keep popping up. That's why you want to get back on the same page with them. That's why the idea of their cup floating around and existing in the world stresses you out. Because you know it's your cup. You know it's your cup. You know that person is your person. So you telling yourself you don't want their love is not going to help you. You very much want this person. You know who they are. It's almost like you're angry that their cup's floating around in the world. Kind of pisses you off. So it's mine. That's because you're right. It is yours. And that's why you hold on to them. The idea is maybe one day I can claim it. So don't tell me that you don't want this person's love. You very much do. You see what they are. You know what they can do. You know what their value is. They are your divine mate, and you've been manifesting them for years. And they keep popping up on your timeline. They have for a long time, I believe. The Emperor wants love. Just not from what he's currently in. That's part of your moon too. Yes, they're still with you. They're still with you because you're still manifesting them. And that's most likely to some extent on their side too. If it is a true kind of lover's union, yeah. They're going to keep feeling pulled to your side of the equation too. Why do I keep thinking about that person? Why do I keep thinking about that person? Why do I keep feeling that person? How come I keep dreaming about them? Oh yeah, there's some dream shit going on. You better believe it. There is definitely some dream shit going on. Oh, I'm thinking about making that a new t-shirt. Moon shit. I'll meet you on the dreamscape. I'll meet you in the moon. Something like that. Because people often meet in dreams. That's how you know, by the way. It's the simplest of soul bond exchanges. You saw this person from a distance the first time you met them years ago. I don't know why I saw that. I'm looking at someone who's looking outward at someone else from a distance. You saw them before they saw you, I think. You saw them before they saw you. I'm seeing someone standing still, and through their eyes I see someone in a far distance, and you saw them? They were walking? You saw them before they saw you. Years ago. They were walking. They were in your field of vision. They're moving like this. They were walking. They were running, walking, running. And that got your attention. I don't know why that got your attention, but it did. It's fuzzy. It's long ago. It's a memory, I think. They had blonde hair? They have blonde hair or they had blonde hair, honey? Is that present or past tense? They have blonde hair or they had blonde hair? Or maybe it changed over time. I don't know. Yeah. You know who they are. I know. Am I saying that feels like from here it doesn't help you, and yet at the same time it does, because it just confirms what you already know. You're not insane, you're not crazy, you're not an asshole. It's real. You do experience this with this person, and if you don't resonate with this, fine. Check your other placements, or I'll catch you in the next one. This is who I'm talking about today. Some of you, I'm convinced Cancer is not your dominant sun sign. It doesn't feel like that. That's another placement. One that's critical and even shy to you. Some of you, your Cancer or Piscean placements makes you uncomfortable. I don't know why I said that. You say it's too real. Oh. It's too real. Yeah. This is the real shit. Yeah, it is real. You want some emotional realness, you check in with Cancer. I'll tell you that right now. And I say that out of respect, honey. I've always had a Cancer BFF. Trust me. I am very familiar with your energy, and I love it. I do. I do. Well, that's why I'm saying it doesn't feel like Cancer Sun dominant to me. It's one of your more sensitive placements for some of you. Yeah. It's one of your more sensitive placements. One of the ones you don't like looking at. Also possibly Pisces. Wind it back. I just got pulled into somebody's memory. It was really hard right there. It was so close. It was so close. So close. That memory was so close. Judgment. Show me judgment, please. Decisions, please. Critical decisions to be made over the next several months. How much you patch things up with your person, I don't know, but it's enough to still affect you. Okay, you're still as determined, but now you're still telling me you're as determined to not have feelings for the situation. You know it's not true, or at least a part of you does. It's part of that moon energy. It's one more thing that I'm going to challenge you, and that's if you resonate with this, to really look at, okay? Because I got news for you. You're manifesting behind your own back. I don't give a shit what you tell yourself. I see your manifestation. Your manifestation is this person. Your spiritual energy, your magical energy, knows what it wants, even if you don't want to acknowledge it. Judgment, please, over the next several months. Decisions, please. Decisions, please, over the next several months. Decisions, please. Over the next several months for Cancer. Show me those decisions, please. Six of Wands. Ace of Wands. Queen of Swords. There it is again. You're showing me heavy consistency in that terms of hard-headedness, determination. I'm smart. I can figure this out. You're showing me a great deal of that. You have to make that decision, you. Just like you were determined back here to hold on to this person's energy because you can feel it in here that it still serves a purpose to you yet. You are correct. The only time I disagree with you is when you say they don't mean anything to me. That's a lie. They mean a lot to you. Why do you think you're putting in any sort of effort to recover their energy? It's not random, and you're not insane. This is what real life looks like. You have to make that decision. It's literally yours. Now here again is the Queen of Swords, the Six of Wands, the Ace of Wands. You have to make the decision to gravitate towards and to choose what makes you feel good, makes you feel inspired, that wakens you up, that makes you feel alive. It represents something in your life that could make you feel good and inspire you and take you forward, move your energy forward in a way that's positive, forward momentum. It is literally your decision. Okay. It is your decision. Just like this was. It is your decision. Anything else, please? About decisions to be made, judgment. Show me this, please. Does this energy lift you? Does it inspire you? Does it ignite you? Does it put your energy in a way that's positive and forward? Does it motivate you? Does it support you? Does it give you that kind of maternal energy that says, I have unconditional love and I'm generous and I know what to do with it, right? This person might be younger than you, by the way. What is that? Oh, that's where the vitality comes. Oh, I see. Okay. That's where it comes from, the energy. This person's a little younger than you, I believe. By how much, I don't know. And I don't really care. Honey, I don't care. I have to explain that to people all the time. Demographics are exactly that. They're check boxes. Okay. Age, race, religion, blah, all that stuff. Okay, that's demographics. So long as two people are on the same page in terms of life goals, that's what matters. Let me tell you something. Well, you know, get my personal business. But, oh, my Scorpio just kicked in and said, shut up, Christina. Nope. We don't reveal personal stuff. That's no. Only people in my life, honey, and only people in my life know my business. But yeah, I mean, you know, my long-term relationship, there was a 10-year difference, completely different age, completely different race. You know, it just completely different. But the thing is that we were on the same page in terms of life goals, and that's all that mattered. That's all that mattered, you know. The reasons surrounding it and how it ended was completely different. It had nothing to do with the demographics. It had nothing to do with age. It had nothing to do with race. It had nothing to do with religion. It had none of that. All that shit is details. That's all details, honey. And frankly, you know, variety is the spice of life. Fuck. I don't want to be with someone just like me. How boring would that be? I want them to match, you know, my passion. I want them to match my love interest. But what I don't want is to share the exact same interests and hobbies and blah, blah, blah with that person. How boring. And that also means they're going to be constantly attached to the hip, honey. No. You know, it's the big stuff that matters. So anyway, back to my point. I just got a huge hint of energy vitality in terms of that inspiration, and yeah, there very well could be a bit of an age difference between you two. That doesn't mean you're any less soul bonded. I got news for you. Soul bonds don't give a shit about where you came from, where they came from. The point is that your souls match and your spirituality matches in ways that human beings, how we like to qualify shit, doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter. Anyway, that's for some of you, not all of you. But I think, what shit, don't talk about your personal business. But yeah, no, none of that matters. It really doesn't. So long as you're on the same page, it doesn't matter. But there is that sort of sense of someone here has youth vitality that injects you. Could be the other way around. It could be that you're younger than them. I don't know. But that is coming across. That is coming across. A little bit, yeah. Yeah, they might have a different background than you. Education, religion, race, ethnicity, language. Honey. Honey. None of that shit matters. If you're two consenting adults on the same fucking page in terms of life goals, drives, ambitions, you can match each other's frequency in terms of passion and love and expression. Fuck. The emperor wants his empress, and the empress wants her emperor. That's it. Yeah, it's a decision, baby. It's a decision. It's a decision. You seem to associate that person with youth, vitality, energy, passion, and it's something you yourself want more in you, too. I believe. Okay, anything else, please, about judgment? Anything else, please? It's on you, baby, to trigger a cycle. Okay? It's on you to trigger a cycle. If you choose to walk away from either situation, that's your choice. I see which way you're leaning, but tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. Energetically, I know how you're leaning. Very much so. But in terms of, it's literally under judgment. To walk away because you understand the emotional energy for one of these situations is a non-go. And I can tell you this right now, what you're telling yourself in regards to this person is a lie. The opposite is true. You actually have a very high regard for this person. You have a lot of love for this person. You've been manifesting them for years, and they keep crossing your fucking path. What does that tell you? That you're insane? Or that you're actually quite sane? So, one of these situations, you are emotionally devoid. You're emotionally void, excuse me. And walking away closes a cycle. It's under your judgment call. Okay? And again, it's a choice. It's not one that will be made in the next 3 months. I'll tell you that. When you realize how dissatisfying your Eight of Cups with a situation has been, only then will you understand. Only then will you understand. But that means you have to really acknowledge that there's pain at all. You have someone, I'm looking at someone who's very determined to try to minimize that pain. You don't even like watching the Cancer, Pisces stuff. It makes you uncomfortable. Oh, I think you're pretty good at hiding your pain, huh? Doesn't hurt me, it doesn't affect me. Yes, it does. And only when you understand that about one of these scenarios will you be more equipped to cycle it out. The Tower. Anything unexpected, please? Oh, you're laying it on me today, honey. You are laying it on thick. I gotta speed it up. I have to, there's a lot of richness in this. Okay, there is. I don't know, it looks scary and it's confusing and it's painful. Yes, 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 all these things, yes. But you're showing me a wealth of richness, the very richness, emotional richness, I believe you tried to avoid. That's the one I'm looking at. Why do I feel like I'm looking into your eyes? Like you see me, you know what I'm saying. I see you. This does feel like a very intimate conversation. Show me the Tower, please. I know this. Cancer, again, I'm not convinced you're Cancer, not Sun dominant. But the one I'm looking at today, you want love. That's all you want is love. That's why you keep coming back to this person. They represent all that love. Yeah, you're not insane. I know there's times you feel like you are, but you're not. You want love. You want a lot of it. You act like you don't, but you do. And it's like if I reject pain, I won't have to desire love, right? If I reject pain, I don't have to desire love. Oh, what you want is getting up behind your back, whether you want to see it or not. Because that's how much you want it. The Tower. Four of Wands. The High Priestess. Judgment. And time. Your relationship. Commitment. Will come forward for what it is, not for what it isn't. It will not be within the next 3 months, which I've made that clear. Neither will this decision, but in time. When you can kind of stop projecting your feelings and you actually get in tune with them, there you are, finally. You will know the truth of this relationship, the commitment, and what it actually is. And you will feel it. The truth of it. In time. We need to see that relationship for what it is, not for what it isn't. When you can get back in touch with your feelings and not deny them or reject them. And really listen to yourself about this relationship. And it will hit you. Right up in the old crown chakra. Anything else, please, in terms of Towers? Anything else, please, in terms of towers? There's that justice again. Tying back to them. I'll get to you. Hold on. Hold on. I will get to you. Just give me a second. Let me finish this thought. Tower. Six of Swords. Seven of Wands. Nine of Wands. You've been resisting moving forward for a long time, honey, when you have to fight that hard to keep yourself from moving on. What does that tell you? The opposite is true. When you know the truth of the thing with the Six of Swords, that you've been wanting to move forward for a long time, but you actively block it. 7, 9, 7, 9 of Wands. What does that tell you? If you're having to fight to stay in something, that means you're fighting yourself to leave. If you have to talk yourself into staying something and force yourself to stay into something that you don't want to, and there's no feeling there, the opposite is true. Just like this guy saying, I don't love this. I don't love this person. I don't love this situation. I have no feeling for it. When you have to do so much of the opposite to convince yourself, do you see what I'm saying? Same thing here. I've been wanting to move on to calmer waters for a long time, but I resist it tooth and fucking nail. It's going to surprise you when you can really feel this relationship, this commitment for what it is and what it's not. And how long have you been resisting that natural inclination? What about justice over here with this person, please? What about justice over here with this person? We can't have both, honey. You cannot have both of these spaces within you warring. You just can't. One you don't want anymore. It's not a crime. But you have to know that first. One you do want, say you cannot have, but you would pull them in. So if you continue to get like this, eventually time will make a decision for you. Okay? And we don't want that. What about justice in this situation and or person, please? What about this? And there it is again. Nice swords. Yeah, you got something on your mind when it comes to that person. I don't dispute that. There's the Page of Wands. And there it is again, energy consistency. So I can't make this shit up, guys. I'm not very good at it. I don't have to make shit up. The cards do the work. Your energy does the work. I add in bits and pieces as I get impressions and things. Sense of intuition. Then I put the pieces together. That's what I do. You will be connecting, reuniting with this person. Let me show you what energy consistency is in case we forgot back here. Once. Twice. It is that person. It's being reflected back on you. They have a similar investment. That's why you're not being rejected. It's literally being reflected back on you. They have some things they'd like to say to you too. And they would like to reconnect with you, but it's done so in terms of these are my truths, but I'm also rejoicing in seeing you. I'm balancing with you. I have some things to say, so do you. This is the cup that we feel is hovering. That's ours, and it is yours. Your counterpart. This is coming up soon. Who actually is responsible for the message, I don't know. You did start it off, though, I believe. But you both have a very similar and shared interest in connecting and saying what it is you have to kind of rebalance the scales and kind of make peace with each other. There's that communication. It's an active decision. The 2nd, 8th, or the 28th might be important, specifically to January. Does not have to be. Could be roughly around these timelines. But Wands is always sooner rather than later. So this could be days, week of this message, 10 days. And there's the delivery of that little message. Now, whether or not you two, I know what you want. You've already told me that. I even gave you some specifics. I believe there's an age difference in here. And I even believe that there is some spiritual differences in here. However, here's what's interesting to me, Cancer. This is what's interesting. You're showing me an open mind towards them. That's what's interesting. It's not just about the age thing. I meant to pick up on this earlier or get more from it. You don't actually judge this person, which is interesting. There's something here about I don't judge them. They are different from me, but I don't judge them for that. In fact, I think that's one of the things that makes them interesting. Again, they're your divine counterpart. There's ways you just understand them and you don't really know why. But they are a little different from you. But that's one of the things that you find invigorating and exciting is because they're not entirely like you. What I mean is that you mirror each other in terms of depth on the inside. Your best and your worst you see reflected in each other. So this is why you... Okay, and so every time we separate, it's our challenge period to kind of figure out why that happened, how did it happen, what was I reflecting, what were they reflecting. I don't want to separate from them. And so we bring it back together, yeah? I don't know, there's something here about you don't judge them, even though they're a little different than you. You seem to know you both like music. That's a given for some reason. That was like an automatic. I don't even know where that came from. That was an automatic. I don't even know where that came from. You both like, you're like, well, I know that. Okay? We both like music. I know. I don't know why you just countered me with that. Well, we both like music. I totally know that. That's a given. I have no idea where that came from. That slid in real quick. Well, we both like music. I know that. That's so funny. I have no idea where that came from. That was great. 2 of Cups, Knight of Wands, 4 of Swords. Yeah. This person's energy, I saw a very similar combination for somebody. I don't remember when. The 2 of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the 4 of Swords. It's very restorative. We reflect on this a great deal with the 4 of Swords in our private thoughts. In our private thoughts, in our alone time, in our downtime, perhaps when you are checking out, when you are listening to music, or even in your dreams. Okay, this is when we connect heavily with this person emotionally and with freedom. There's a very strong sense that in my own quiet time, in my own private time, I feel this person fondly. I feel about them passionately. I feel my love for them when I'm relaxed and I'm calm and I'm quiet and I don't feel like being an emperor and I don't feel like shutting it down. I actually fantasize about them a great deal, and it feels lovely and it feels warm, and I feel like they're like me in many ways, and they're like me where it counts. And that's when you're quiet and you can listen to yourself. We are very passionate for this person in our dreams and in our fantasies. It's in a quiet, restful, peaceful state. I see you talking over cups a lot. Why? You two talk over cups, or you used to, something like that. You used to talk over cups a lot? I mean, like literal cups, drinking cups. We think, oh, we reflect on our conversations. Oh, we reflect on our Oh, we're reflecting on the conversations we literally had over cups with this person And it would just surprise you sometimes how turned on you would get over the simplest conversations with this person. It's in your reflection. It's in quiet period. It's quiet mode. It's private. It's personal. This is my downtime. Leave me alone. It's personal. We would contemplate our conversations with this person. It would just be so wild how turned on you would get, or they would get turned on through conversation, most likely the both of you to some extent. And it's like, it's wild, man, that you can have a conversation that would elicit such a strong response. And it's like, we're just talking over coffee or drinks or something, man, and then boom, god damn. Like, that's wild. That's so wild to you. That was so wild to you. It's like we could be talking about nothing and I would just get turned on. Yeah, I can see that. Absolutely. The 2nd, the 24th might be important. Okay, that's enough. We have some short-term stuff here. Like I said, what they look like in the long term, I don't know. Neither do you. I know you want them, even if you say you don't have much feeling for it. This is not true. You have another situation that you're committed to. The only resolve I see that you have between this person in the immediate upfront, and it's very consistent, okay, is to reconnect, balance the scales. You seem to settle on that's enough for now, okay? Everything else, I really don't know in terms of long term, because there's choices involved, there's implications involved. So how this person looks to you in the long term, I don't know. That's really up to two people if they choose each other. And that means making choices elsewhere too, by default. 10 of Pentacles, the Fool, Ace of Pentacles. I can't make it any more clear. I can't make it any more clear. I really can't. Neither can Spirit. You want a brand new beginning and a very strong foundation. One that looks right for you, feels right to you, one that you can contribute to, make good on. You want to open up towards it. You have so much youth and vitality when your energy points at this person. It's in you. I see what they provoke in you. I see how they cause you conflict and fear. I know. But so too does the other side exist, where it's strenuous and it's commitment, but it's not stable. And strenuous. A lot of sense of obligation and duty on that side of the fence. And some emotional stuff that's not quite there. I know. Yeah, this person represents an opportunity and a strong new start and a strong new foundation. Fresh start, fresh foundation. Strong as fuck, too. Strong as hell. Strong as hell. An opportunity for so much more and to be a part of so much more. That fresh start and stability, that fresh start, and yeah, could be fellow water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, does not have to be. Yeah, and it would please us very much. So I know the potential's there, and that's all Spirit's doing is pointing out the potential. I don't think that's really necessary, though, Spirit, because you already know what they're worth. You already know what they mean to you. You already know they're yours. But the Lovers is a choice. We have to choose them. That's why it's so fucking frustrating to have that person's cup floating around. You know it exists. And a part of you is afraid someone else might pick it up. There, I said it. I know. There are no guarantees in this life. I'm showing you what potentially could be there. We all have choices, honey. That is our burden to bear as human beings. You have the freedom to choose. You also have the freedom to not choose. But lest we quote Rush, what did they say? To not choose is still a choice. Yes. And of course, that's based on philosophy, not just the works of Rush. I know. No disrespect to Rush. Okay. No disrespect to Rush. No disrespect to Rush. Oh, I know. Rush has some hardcore fans, man. They have some hardcore fans, let me tell you. Oh my God. Have you ever met a Rush fan? Man, let me tell you, that's hardcore. King of Wands. Oh, I got Kings talking. Okay. I got Kings talking. The person who represents that fiery, passionate, kind of youthful energy. And King of Pentacles here, someone who represents that stability, resourcefulness, reliability, head of state, resourcefulness energy. I got two people talking, like I said, relatively soon. Again, it's coming across this soon, within days, maybe 2 weeks of this message. January. How the form of that communication will take, I don't know. It looks like it will be small. Yeah, it's going to be small, and it's something that there they are again, the Queen of Cups. I know they come across as that kind of vital oomph energy, but there's some water in there too, kicking around. Anyway, it's going to take the form of some sort of communication. I don't know. Text, email, something like that. But it's our effort. To that ace. Okay. All right. I think you got it. I think you got it. I love it how they tried to point me back to that and they showed me the exact same damn cards. Yeah, they want to talk to you too. It's mutual. Stay optimistic about your love life. Playfulness. I also have release your ex here. My first question is which one? Playfulness. You got to release somebody. You have to take these with some grain of salt in conjunction with the reading. There's two people around your energy. One of them, in the general sense, is going to require releasing. And others of you would stay optimistic about your love life. The other person brings out your playfulness. And that they are worth waiting for. You know? Somebody has to be released. And you are indeed calling in your soulmate. I saw it before. Yes, indeed. Now, this got my attention. Which I don't really use this one too often. I don't find it the most helpful. This is a combination of oracles, the hidden truth, as well as messages of closure. I was told to look at it. Okay. I don't use it too often. It's a little too generic for me. But every now and again I get this guy out. What's going on, please? What am I supposed to see? Speaking of which, if your person has some very strong Libra in their chart, you might want to check out their last one, not the 3-month. I haven't done theirs yet, but the one prior to this. I saw heavy soul bond reconnectivity. And I don't remember the ending, though. I can't remember the ending. Please acknowledge me. Please acknowledge me. Yeah, they will. They will. You already know that. They already know. You already know they will. Otherwise you wouldn't be trying. You feel it. You feel that you were supposed to. I told you, I can't make it much more. This was initially your energy going outward for that common cause. Their energy mirrors it right back to you. I'm telling you, it's okay. Even if they blocked you, or there was harsh words, or no words, or critical action was taken or not taken, failure, etc. I'm telling you, there are times we have to break away so that we know if it's right to come back. That means we have to learn some shit before we can reconnect. And there's that sense in it, please acknowledge me. This is why I felt so protective of you when I put down that energy. I wanted you to know it's going to be okay. Okay, they will acknowledge you. even if they blocked you, there's not full blockage. I don't know how I know that, but I know that you do. There is another way you can reach out to this person. And you want to know, please acknowledge me. A return message, tell me something hit home. It will. You have to trust that. I hope that one day you can forgive me. Do you feel my touch? Yeah. Yes. It may not have been much, but the answer is yes. It wasn't much. It wasn't much. I don't think. Hugs, hand touching, arm. But the answer is yes. I want to be more than friends. I know. I want to be more than friends. Yeah. I can't stop thinking about you. You speak to me through music. Yes. Yes, I heard you. Yes, I heard you. Yes, I heard you. I heard you. I can't stop thinking about you. That's what popped down. The other person, if they broke ties from you or they cut off communication, they said something to the extent, we both know I'm not the one for you. It wasn't you that said that, they did. Even if they cut off communication, that's what they were thinking. I'm not for you. I'm not for you. They said something like that, if not to themselves, then to you. I'm not for you. Or that's what they concluded. It's not you that was saying that. It was your person. The one who we broke ties from, it might have been them that did it, especially if you're saying, please acknowledge me. They told them, this is not you. This is the only one I know that's not you. It was them. They said, I'm not the one for you, and that was their conclusion. It wasn't an absolute. It was kind of like that's what they were thinking. I guess I'm not for you. The situation's too difficult. So they withdrew, I believe. Okay. Again, come toughing up. I haven't cried and you're reading it. See, there's this thing about when we separated, I can see things differently now. That's what that is, as we were discussing. It's only when we separate that we can sometimes see things differently and understand. We need that space to expand our horizon. And we might have learned a lot under the last full moon, which was Gemini full moon, which is perfect time for that kind of mental activity to really expand outwards, to see things differently. Yeah. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. I like your Four of Swords. I like your Four of Swords. Just because I know what that process is like. I get it. Four of Swords in my quiet time, in my private time. Yeah. Yeah. I have special thoughts about that person. Fuck off. Those are my special thoughts. Don't worry about it. It's my Four of Swords. I love that. I get it. No, I get it. I love that. But I also like over cups, and I see the hand touching here. And that's what caught my attention here, is like, do you feel my touch? And we see the two hands, just the faintest of ways to touch each other over cups. And that's what evoked that thought almost immediately. in the exchange of cups. Anyway, we think about that, and sometimes how our conversations are just so wild, or they were such an unexpected turn on over the simplest of discussions, something like that. Courageous. Medallion of Aries. If you have Aries in your chart, I want you to use it. Perhaps they do. D. The Crown. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And then also possibly, based on the latest interpretations I've gotten, someone who wears a crown. Someone who is recognized in very high regard. As the Empress wears a crown. We have the Rabbit here. We're always on the go. We're always busy. We're always busy. We're always busy. We're always busy. And it's like when I can never find the time to myself, or to kind of... Some of you keep busy as a form of distraction, so you don't have to think about this. I know. Aye. Leo, you might have some very strong Leo in your chart. I want you to use that as well. And we also have Scorpio. Oh, by the way, you could be connecting to any of these: Aries, Leo, Scorpio. U, X, Q. Really? D, U, Q, X, eh? I, double Aries. Huh. Double Aries, Scorpio, Leo. That's some very prominent energy there. Very prominent energy. No wonder you're so turned on. Sorry. A silver lining is. You might be... It's so funny because I always automatically default. There's always a silver lining, Cancer. But for some reason, I'm getting storms. There's incoming storms, possibly where you are. Or this has been a cloud over your head. Yes. A cloud over your head. Okay. In the Shamrock, luck of the Irish. Could be someone's heritage or someone's a little lucky. And then there's that Libra energy, which I've seen over here, but it's more like that justice sense and weighing the scales with this person. I believe that's enough. I've pushed it as far as I could, Cancer. That's enough. Okay, I think we have more than enough here to work with. Oh, honey, wait to see your next 3 months. Goodness me. No, take that back. So, yeah. The next round is the in-depth years and theirs. Oh, my. Oh, no. The in-depth years and mine. Oh, no. And then, of course, the check-in will be December 18th. This will come out after that, obviously, but maybe we'll see something. I'll see something different for you there, too. I don't know. Or the same. I don't know. Put in the comments. I hope this helped you. There's a lot to work with here. These decisions will not be made overnight. I'm just seeing the energy as it rolls up into January, February, March, with potential far-reaching consequences attached in terms of the long term. Okay. I know where you would like to be. Okay. And I want you to do what's right for you in that respect of what is right for you. What is right for you? I kind of see what's wrong for you. But that's not for me to decide. That's for you to decide. We're all just doing the best we can. Okay? Put it in the comments, honey. Take care. Be well.